Hello to my two comic book readers out there. I'm Mike from Frontline here, and welcome everybody to my Duel comic review. In this review, I've been reviewing two comic books from two different comic companies. And before I get into the books that I'm going to be reviewing, just want to wish all of you guys out there a happy Halloween. As you can see, I'm in my costume for today, for this year, as Mario. So I thought, it's Halloween, why not dress up as I do a review for all of you guys out there on Comic Frontline. And yeah. So in this review of the two comic books, I'm going to be doing one physical and one digital. So that's why I have my laptop over there, if you can see it or not. And the two books I'll be reviewing will be from Udon. We have Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers, issue number 6. Physically. And digitally from IDW, we have a issue number 1, and I'm happy to see this, Ghostbusters Answer the Call, issue number 1. And I'll show you guys the artwork and everything after I finish doing this Udon comic first of Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers, issue number 6. So last issue, we saw a transformation for Chun-Li that actually went from what she was to her regular blue attire costume. But it starts off where Gil was talking with Judah, that actually bonded him, Gil, to the power that Judah was working on. And then it goes to the Myojin, where Chun-Li goes back to help out her friends and everything, and she is like really, really powerful. And I just want to show you guys the artwork. The artwork is drawn really nice. Really like the artwork that's shown in this comic book. And Chun-Li said, I vowed to never use the killing intent to take human life, but since this person, or demonic person, isn't human, she just basically slices him in half, but he actually builds himself back to where he was, like saying, run as long as you can, but I will find you, for I am as eternal as death. Then it goes to the human realm, where Morgan and the rest are talking with Akuma, and Akuma says, like, there's a gateway that they could open for them to get to Judah. Meanwhile, we have Chun-Li, who helps break through a wall, and I was like, just wow. I mean, talk about a huge difference in her character. Unfortunately, Victor gets left behind and tells Elena just to save herself and save Emily, and promise Victor that you will find the castle Jordan and help Emily when you go back to Earth and stuff. And for that, Victor is gone and died. So when we go back to the Makai, where Judah meets up with Morgan and Akuma, she's just like saying, Lilith is with me now, and your madness has only grown during your exile and stuff like that. And Lilith betrays Morgan, but not just Morgan, she also betrays Judah. And I was like saying, like, wait, what? So it's like saying, like, there was a whole thing of being played with each other, but Judah has this form where he can use blood as a different way of with his form, if that makes any sense or whatnot. So Chun-Li's team meets up with Morgan's team, and like saying last time, I remember you did this to me last time, and you trapped us in this realm, which is why we're here, and yada yada yada. Judah did a Gal impersonation, stuff like that, but it wasn't really Gal, because I knew it was Judah, because how would Gal be there all of a sudden? And Judah is the one that they need to stop, and one of them, Anita was trying to calm down, what's his name? Because he's like trying not to lose control of his half, and he turns into this. So that's going to be really serious right there. And with that, the fight is about to break loose, and it is to be continued for the next issue. And then the second story, I don't know who this person is. He looks like Gil, and he has a fight with somebody where I like how in the second story they're like saying, oh, you must be a Darkstalker, I must stop you. And then like saying, I'm not a Darkstalker, even though I'm a soul-consuming darkness and stuff like that. It's kind of getting a little bit annoying here and that, like saying, oh, you must be a Darkstalker, I must stop you. I understand Street Fighter versus Darkstalker, but come up with something a little different than saying, oh, are you a Darkstalker, therefore I must destroy you. But in the end of that, he just turned into stone. And then that was to be continued for the... Oh, that was the end for that. The next issue was to be continued, issue 6. This is a preview cover of issue number 7. And as always, as I show you guys, there is the CF versus DS. These arts are really nice. I really like looking at these arts at the end of this comic book. And we also have the Street Fighter Stalker issue number 6 cover checklist of each of these covers. I wouldn't like the bottom cover, but oh well, this cover is good enough. So this was really interesting. Huge transformation from Chun-Li. Rating I give for this, I'm gonna say 4 out of 5 stars is the best rating I could give for this. The artwork was great, and the story was picking up. I like to see that Chun-Li has a new transformation that she had from her old attire to her official attire, or original attire, actually. And the fight's now going to break loose, so they got to stop Jita before everything happens, and poor Victor in this issue is all I got to say. But really great. I would definitely say pick this up if you are a Street Fighter and or Darkstalkers fan, or neither, then you won't. But I leave it up to you guys. So now we go into the IDW comic book that I'm actually happy that I'm going to be reviewing. That is Ghostbusters Answer the Call, issue number 1. Here's the cover, and here's some artwork. Hopefully you guys will be able to see the artwork. I'm going to try to get another device where you guys can see artwork. But for me, I like the artwork, and this is the preview cover. So aha, I did that before this video. The preview cover of Ghostbusters Answer the Call, issue number 2. For that. And since this is issue number 1, I want to respectfully say who the writer and the artist is of this comic book. So in case I'm looking this way, I'm looking at my laptop. So the writer is by Kelly Thompson, and the art is by Curran Howell. Hopefully I said your names right. If not, I do apologize. So yeah, so in this Ghostbusters Answer the Call, it isn't the original Ghostbusters. These are the new Ghostbusters, you know, from the movie of the 4 women. And I'm perfectly fine with that, actually. I mean, if it's a Ghostbusters comic book, I figure, you know, they want to go that route because they are still sort of new out there from the movie that came out about 2-3 years ago. I think 2 years ago. But anyway, so we know they're the characters. Dr. Erin Gilbert, Patricia Patty Tolan. I love Patty. Patty's really fun in this comic book. Dr. Jillian Holtzman, which her character is interesting, and Dr. Abigail Abby Yates. And they're in this house where they see this little haunted kid. And Pat's like saying, you know, I've seen like all these movies. I don't think you should trust it. You should just like, you know, try to get it. And it's like trying to call its mommy the ghost, which then turns into an adult. And they use their weapon to lure the ghost into the ghost trap, which they do. And I gotta say though, this must be like the 2nd or 3rd time that Abigail, I think that's her name, let me make sure I got it right because I don't want to be wrong, for her character. Abby, yes. So Abby was feeling like a little bit different after that whole thing, and ironically she got possessed once again. So Abby must be the open target, like saying, possess me, you know, I'm wide open and stuff like that, because that must have happened like the 2nd time, because the 1st time was in the movie from what I heard, and the 2nd time is now in this comic book. So Jillian had this weapon called the demonizer, however it's called, and she's trying to do a something with Patty with the test results and whatnot after that whole thing happened. So I want to just make sure I got it right. The Depossessor, that's what it was called, the Depossessor, which tries to yield it, and then she's trying to talk about it, like saying, just do it, you know. So she did that, and got rid of the ghost, but Abigail was all slimed and everything. So they encounter with this ghost entity with the top hat, and he seems to be really strong, saying, yes, that was magnificent, ladies, and all that. So basically, it was free and whatnot. And he's saying, I've been, I have not felt fear like that in what must be decades now, because he thinks that the women fear him and whatnot. And there was now, behold, the ghost Zambam. I mean, Jillian is a really, one of those energetic characters in this book. And they try to go after him, but unfortunately, he has bigger plans. And since this is New York City after all, he is now going to try and take over the Empire State Building, where they all could be possessed and be his followers. So with that, and I like how Kevin, the secretary guy's saying, can I come with you this time, guys? And all four of them said no, because he is practically dumb, from what I heard. And that's to be continued next. What fear lurks in the hearts of Ghostbusters does Gritty knows, I guess? And then that's the end of that issue. So, I mean, I like this new route that they went to with, I mean, I do miss the original Ghostbusters, don't get me wrong, but this route looks like I'm going to like this comic. So, I have to say I was satisfied reading this book. And, rating I give for this, I think it deserves between a 4 to 4.5 out of 5. The artwork was great, and the story was really good. I'm glad to see that the Ghostbusters story is back of this, but I'm actually going to pick up the next issue and see how it goes. And personally, I was first worried about reading this book because I didn't know if I was going to like it, but to be really honest, I like it. And I think, in my opinion, it's a really great book. But I just haven't seen a movie yet, and I'm probably never going to, but that's just my opinion. But with that, everybody, that's my dual comic review of Street Fighter's Darkstalkers issue number 6 and Ghostbusters Answer the Call issue number 1, physical and a digital. Before I go, do not forget to check out the sources of ComicFine.com, SoulfulPodcast.com, and our YouTube game channel, Frontline Gaming Zone. We are all your number one source for comic and game-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. Click that subscribe button so it'll be in a subscription box. You won't miss out on any videos that we upload daily. Hi, Chris. There. Yes, and as always, please, thank you. Please feel free to leave your comments in the comment section below about these two books of likes, dislikes, agree or disagree, any questions you have. Please feel free to leave in the comment section, and I'll try to get back to you guys as soon as I can. And to all your comic book readers out there, my friends saying take care. Hopefully all of you out there have a happy and safe Halloween. And as always, don't forget to keep watching. Later, everybody, and let's go.